And we're done. It's okay. 1, 2, 3. No problem. Oh.
Everyone. Yeah, right, we're all going to be there.
Open pa talaga to?
Wala pa namang ginalaw dyan eh.
Hindi close yun sa iyo eh.
Bakit sa'yo open?
Sana may picturean mo to. Ano?
Brother, picture mo to.
Video to eh. Naka-video ako eh.
Ayan o, binababa.
Ano paglak?
Kaway!
Kaway!
Hi! Kala mo nasa likod. Gano'n ba? Gano'n. Force. Lagyan mo ng force.
Ayan, papasok na kami sa loob. Friends! Ayan yung mga kasamahan ko sa likod.
Pepito naman yun.
Tarisong!
My name is Brennan. I'm going to be your guide for the orientation. I'll walk you through everything you need to know, your equipment, the rules, the courses, everything like that. If you have questions at any point, just throw your hand up, let me know, I'll answer those for you guys. First things first, we're going to go over your gear. Reach onto your belt, grab that zipline pulley sitting there for me. Take it off your belt, you're just going to pull down on this orange piece right here, and then push in, and then you can unclip that. Down the orange, push in. Hold your zipline pulley up in front of you for me. Everyone got that? Sweet. So, as I just said, this is your zipline pulley. The only time you are going to be taking this off of your belt is right now when I'm showing it to you and when you are at the zip lines. Every other time, it's going to stay attached onto your belt right there. When you are at a zip line, you're going to be using something called a butterfly grip to be able to steer and to keep your hands on that pulley. For that, you're going to take the thumb of one of your two hands, the non-dominant hand's usually the easier one. Put that thumb through the bottom of that carabiner right there. Wrap your fingers around the top of that lanyard. Make sure your zip line is facing straight away from you and not sideways. Take the other thumb, put it on top of that one. Wrap those fingers on top of the other hand. This is your butterfly grip. It should be pretty loose on that zip line right there. You don't need to death grip it. Everyone hold that up for me so I can see. Make sure you're doing that all right. So my friend, just your thumb should be through, not your fingers. Your fingers should be around the top of your leg. So put your thumbs right down at the bottom. Yep, there you go. There you go. Hold that up for me. See? Looking good. Perfect. There we go. Awesome, looking good. Okay, make sure both your thumbs are coming from behind you. There you go. Yep, like that. Perfect. So, as I said, that was your butterfly grip. I'll show you how to actually steer with that when we get up to there. For now, clip that back onto your belt for me.
Itilusog mo nga.
Reach down, grab that other thing hanging down by your knee. Hold that one up in front. This hook, also referred to as the purple hook. This is what's going to be keeping you attached to the cable at all times throughout the courses. It's what's preventing you from falling to the ground. So this is a super important piece of equipment. Please make sure when you are climbing into a course that this is attached onto this cable here. You cannot do it once you get up there. The only spot you can do it is at the bottom here, and this needs to be attached. To use this, you're just going to pull down on this black trigger that you have right here. That'll create a little opening. Does anyone not have a black trigger there? Help people? Cool. If you do not have that black trigger, instead you'll have a little triangle in there. That will open automatically for you as you go. I'll explain that when we get up there. For now, everyone who has that black trigger, pull down on it for me. You'll create a little opening here like this. Everyone's got that. This is how you're going to be making your way around the course. This opening right here is going to go through these orange things called pass-throughs that are on the cable you're attached to. These are how you make your way around while still being attached to that cable. To go through them, your opening is just going to go through the flat piece of metal right here. So to attach onto a cable at the bottom, you're going to slide your purple hook up from the bottom, line up that opening on your can hook so that it's lined up with that piece of metal right there, and slide it up. Now my purple hook is attached onto that cable. If this opening on your purple hook doesn't close automatically, that's totally okay. When it's attached onto the cable, even if it's open the entire time, that cable is way thicker than that opening, so you're never coming off. For those of you with a triangle, that triangle will open automatically as you're pushing it through this flat piece. Alright, I'm going to start walking you guys through the courses now. Before I do that, does anyone have any questions? No? Perfect. Sweet. So, at the bottom and end of all the courses, you're going to have ladders. There is only ever one person at a time on a ladder. Please make sure the other person is completely off of that ladder before you start up. If you're climbing up a ladder, please make sure you're facing into it. Normal way to climb a ladder. This up here, same pass-through as you went through down there. The metal piece is just above the orange instead of behind it. Same principle, you're just going to line up that opening and slide it right through. Currently, I am standing on a platform. You can have 2 people at a time, plus one of us guides on any of the platforms throughout the course. This Y-shaped piece of metal right here, make sure you can all see that. This is what we call a green zone. It works exactly the same way as the normal pass-throughs do, but you can also use this to move off to the side and let other people pass you if you want to take a break, take a drink of water, or whatever. To do that, you're going to flip your purple hook upside down and slide it across. Do not worry about doing that for orientation, and if you ever want to do that when you're up on the course, please make sure you tell one of us guides first. We need to make sure we know if you're doing this so we can walk you through it and we can make sure everything works out. So please let one of us know if you're ever going to use one. To use them normally like a normal pass-through, cam up just straight up and down, slide it right through. Any questions about that? Perfect. Hey guys, you need to get off that platform right now. You cannot be on there. Okay. This right here that I'm standing on right now is a game. A game is anything connecting 2 platforms together that has something below you for your feet to stand on. You can see these all throughout. When you are on a game, same as any of the platforms, you can have 2 people plus one of us guides. When you get out to this game for orientation, you're going to do something called a trust fall for a couple of reasons. 1, you trust your gear is going to catch you if you ever fall when you're up on the courses. 2, you trust yourself to be able to get back up if you ever fall. And 3, so we guides know you're able to get yourself back up, so we don't have to come up and rescue you if you ever fall. For the trust fall, you're going to put both your hands on this top cable here. Lean yourself back until this middle cable, middle rope with the purple hook is taking your weight. You can take your hands off the top, and then one at a time, you can lower your feet off the bottom until you're totally hanging in your harness. Then, get yourself back up. You can do it however you like. Easy way to do it. Turn yourself sideways, swing your legs over that cable, and then reach up and stand on it. Are there any questions about that? Perfect. Everyone take a couple steps this way for me so you're on this side of the tree.
Diyos ko, nakakatakot ito.
Okay, I've now made my way to a zip line. You know it's a zip line and not just a game for a couple of reasons. There's not going to be anything below you for your feet to stand on like there would be on all the games, and there's going to be a big red square up on the platform here. When you're doing the zip line across the lake, there's also going to be one of us guides standing here telling you what to do. So when you're up here at a zip line, listen to the guide that is standing here. They'll give you the instructions on what you're going to do, everything like that. When you are at a zip line, you're going to get your zipline pulley. Take that off your belt, attach that onto the cable right here. Once the other side is clear, when you're on the lake zip line, when the guide tells you to, and when you're, for those of you with yellow wristbands, when the person ahead of you calls back all clear, only then, this purple hook is going to go through this pass-through, and then you're ready to go on the zip line. You're going to use that same butterfly grip I showed you earlier, thumbs through, hands on top of each other. When you are going down a zip line on the lake, you're going to listen to the guide there. They'll either tell you to have your legs out in an L shape like this, or to go up and do a cannonball. Listen to whichever the guide tells you to do. If you don't do the one they tell you to do, you're either not going to make it all the way to the other side or go crashing into a tree. So please make sure you're listening to that guide for the zip line across the lake. For those of you with the yellow wristbands, only an L shape. Do not do that cannonball, only the L shape. Make sense? Okay, at a zip line. I'm going to show you how to steer with that butterfly grip that I showed you earlier. If I'm turning to one side like this, and I want to go back so I'm facing straight, I'm just going to push on the side of my butterfly grip that I want to go to. So if I want to turn myself to the right, I'm just going to push on the right side of my grip. If I want to go to the left, I'm just going to push on the left side. Does that make sense? For those of you that drive, it's basically counter steering. So, zipline pulley is attached, purple hook goes through, butterfly grip, you're good to go.
Pwede ba ganyan kababa na lang?
One step this way for me.
Lake pala yung dadaanan.
Everyone with the white wristbands for the lake. When you get to this other side of the platform here, there's going to be a guide here to catch you on the other platform. Please listen very closely to what they're telling you to do. Because if you're not making it all the way to the platform, they're going to tell you to reach up and grab this cable to keep yourself there. That is the only time you're allowed to grab this cable, is when the guide here explicitly tells you to. Every other time, you do not touch this cable ever. You're going to rake your hands along, pull some skin off, it's not worth it. Only do that if the guide tells you to. But if the guide tells you to, you do it right away. Because otherwise you're going back out to the middle and it's not fun to tow yourself in. On this platform, listen to the guide if they tell you to grab anything. If they don't tell you to grab anything, just hang out, they'll pull you in. For those of you with the yellow wristbands, at the other side, you're going to grab this orange rope that is hanging here. Grab that to keep yourself on this platform. If you don't manage to keep yourself on this platform, whether that's the guide tells you or whatever, you're just going to let yourself fall back into the center. Do not touch anything. Just let yourself fall back until you completely stop moving. Once you totally stop moving on the zip line, you can reach up to grab that cable, turn yourself around so you're facing away from the platform that you're going to, and hand over hand above your head, you're going to pull yourself in. Everyone with the white wristbands, when you get here, you're going to come to the other side, let yourself fall back to the center, don't stand up on this platform. You have to show me that you can do that tow. For those of you with the yellow wristbands, if you can stand up on this platform, just stay here. At the other side of a zip line, you're going to unclip that zipline pulley from the cable, put it back on your belt right away, slide that purple hook through the pass-through here, and then step yourself out of the way. Everyone going across the lake, you're just going to continue along with your climb. For those of you with the yellow wristbands, you're going to yell back to the other platform that you are all clear. All clear! That way they know that you're out of the way and they're good to go. For everyone with the white wristbands, don't worry about that. The guide will do that for you. When you are coming down an exit ladder, you're going to climb down the same way you climbed up, which is facing towards that ladder. And please make sure that this purple hook stays attached onto this cable until you're squarely standing on the ground. If you're still on that ladder, this needs to be attached. Once you're on the ground, you can slide that off, and you're off. Does anyone have any questions about anything I talked about? I know I was kind of going back and forth talking about a lot of stuff. Did everyone get that?
This one doesn't close.
That's okay. As I showed, the cable it's attached to is thicker than that opening, so even if it's open,